All right, 3-1, day 2. We're still reviewing. We're going to be reviewing distributive property and combining like terms. We did distributive property in Unit 1, so we're going to hit it again a little more and add on to it. So let's get into it. So the expression shown, 6 groups of 4x plus 8, and then plus 3x. Now when you distribute, you know you're distributing and multiplying because you have parentheses. You only distribute and multiply what's in front of the parentheses to both terms inside of the parentheses. So we're going to distribute to both terms inside. We do not distribute to this term on the outside of the parentheses in the very back. It's just going to follow along for the ride. So our distributive property goes like this. So it's 6 groups of 4x. Distribute it to the first term. Then we're going to distribute it to the second term, plus 6 groups of 8. Now this last term of plus 3x just comes on down, plus 3x. So our equivalent expression, well, 6 groups of 4x is 24x. Plus 6 groups of 8 is plus 40. And we bring down that plus 3x. Now the commutative property, we don't use it much in this class. You can if you like, but I do need to mention it here because you will be using it in future classes. So the commutative property states is that if you have an expression or an equation and you want to move your like terms next to each other when they're positive and negative expressions only, you can. So we can rearrange our expression so that the plus 3x is behind the 24x, so they're next to each other. So we can rewrite this as 24x plus 3x, and then that makes the plus 40 go in the very back. So now that we circle our like terms, they are right next to each other. So 24x plus 3x is 27x. We bring down our plus 40. Now we leave this just as is because your 27x and your plus 40, if you remember these from Unit 1, these are not the same term. These are not like terms, so we cannot combine them. Any number you have with an x, remember, is represented by the bar, where any single number is just represented by the square, and so these cannot be combined. They are not like terms. So this is a simplified equivalent expression. So we end right there. We aren't solving for anything today. All right, let's do that again. Now, as I go through these next two, I'm going to stop dropping steps, okay? So there are 4 steps. Now, in my class, you don't have to complete all 4 steps. I'm going to show you with this one, the bare minimum I will accept. But this one here, I will drop the commutative property. Okay, so we want 2 groups of 4x minus 9, then we'll add 6x. So 2 groups of 4x minus 2 groups of 9 plus 6x. All right, 2 groups of 4x is 8x. Minus 2 groups of 9, that's minus 18. And then plus 6x. We just bring that on down. I always circle my like terms. 8x plus 6x. Well, 8x plus 6x is 14x. Bring down the minus 18. And remember your 14x and your minus 18. These are not like terms, so you cannot combine them. So it's 14x minus 18. Okay, so this example here is going to be your bare minimum. You cannot just turn in a sheet with just answers. You have to show your work. You have to show the process because we are building upon it, and you will need the process for next year, so you must show the process. But I will always show you the bare minimum that I will accept. If you turn a sheet of paper and it just has answers on it, we will give it back to you and tell you to show your work. We will not tell you if your answers are correct because you have not completed the bare minimum work for us. bare minimum. This is your bare minimum. Bare minimum, we must see the distribution. So 7 groups of 2x plus 4. All right, well, 7 times 2x is 14x. 7 times plus 4 is plus 28. Oops, I lost my x, 14x. All right, and then we bring down the minus 10x. So we're going to circle the 14x. We're going to circle the minus 10x. These are our like terms because they both have x's. They're x bars. So that means that is 4x, and bring down the plus 28. No x, right? So we must see the distribution, and we must see the combination of like terms. That's your bare minimum. That's what we must see in order for us to accept your papers and for you to get credit. Okay, so we're going to do the rest of these with those 2 minimum steps. So we're going to distribute the 3 groups of 6x plus 8, then minus 7x. So 3 times 6x is 18x. 3 times plus 8 is plus 24. Then we bring down the minus 7x. We circle our like terms. 18x minus 7x is 11x. Bring down the plus 24. 11x is a different term than plus 24. Now the arrows that I've been drawing across the top, they're really important. They're an important thing to have. And in these next 6, they are already drawn in for you. All right, 4 groups of 7x plus 2, then minus 3x. 4 times 7x is 28x. 4 times plus 2 is plus 8. Then we bring down the minus 3x. We circle our like terms. 28x minus 3x. 25x plus 8. 9 groups of 6x minus 4, then minus 10x. 9 times 6x is 54x. 9 times minus 4 is minus 36. Bring down the minus 10x. You circle your like terms. 54x minus 10x. 44x minus 36. 8 groups of minus 3x plus 2, then plus 3x. So 8 groups of minus 3x minus 24x, and then 8 groups of plus 2. And when you are doing these, if you would like a calculator, because it'll make your life easier, please use one when you're doing the assignment. It'll make your life easier. Minus 24x plus 3x is minus 21x. And bring down that plus 16. All right, last 3, because there is no back. Okay. So 3 groups of 6x plus 2, and then minus 4x. So 3 groups of 6x is 18x. 3 times plus 2 is plus 6. And bring down that minus 4x. You're going to circle your like terms of 18x minus 4x. That's 14x plus 6. All right, 8 groups of 6x minus 5, then minus 18x. All right, 8 times 6x is 48x. 8 times minus 5, minus 40. Bring down that minus 18x. We're going to circle our like terms. 48x minus 18x. That's 30x minus 40. Last one we're going to do together, then I'm going to show you a couple things with the assignment, and then you'll be off on your own. Last one together though. 7 groups of minus 2x plus 4, then plus 4x. So 7 times minus 2x minus 14x. Okay. 7 times plus 4 plus 28. Then we bring down our plus 4x. circle the minus 14x plus 4x minus 10x plus 28. All right, so now with your assignment, all right, with your assignment, okay. Now, if you have parentheses, you're going to distribute. Remember, that one is a negative, so you put a little 1 outside of it, so you're going to distribute the negative 1 to both terms inside. This one doesn't have any parentheses, so all you're doing is adding like terms. Well, let me see if I got 8x plus 9 plus 10. Which two terms can I combine? Well, I can combine the 9 and 10 together, so it'll be 8x plus 19. All right. I like this one here. The plus 7 is the term right outside of your parentheses, so you're going to distribute the plus 7 to both terms inside of your parentheses. Distribute the minus 2 to both terms inside your parentheses. All right? You have x's to combine, and you have non-x terms to combine. All right? All of these should come down, leaving with you two terms, one x term and one not x term.